Today we will be discussing a question from the question paper for the degree examination conducted in the October 2019. So this is the question number 2 in that particular question paper. And the question was this one, that is, design a full hydrodynamic journal bearing operating at 1200 RPM and carrying a load of 6 kN. The journal material is hardened steel and bearing is of Babbitt material. The bearing is lubricated with SAE30 oil and the operating temperature of oil is 69 degrees Celsius. Assume ambient temperature as 30 degrees Celsius. This question was for 15 marks and the scheme of evaluation was the coefficient of friction 4 marks and to calculate heat generated 4 marks, calculating heat dissipated again 4 marks, then the amount of artificial cooling required is 3 marks. Now, in order to solve this book, what we use is Mahadevan's and Balavir Reddy's data book published by ZBS Publishers and Distributors Private Limited. Now, the given data are the speed of the journal, that is 1200 RPM, the load, that is 6 kilonewton, the oil that is used is SAE30 oil, the operating temperature TO is 69 degrees Celsius, the ambient temperature TA is 30 degrees Celsius, beta is 360 degree, that is the bearing is full journal bearing. The materials used are the journal is of hardened steel and the bearing is of Babbitt material. Now in the step 1 we have to find out Z, that is the absolute viscosity of the oil. In order to find out the absolute viscosity, the relation that we use is Z equal to Zk into rho T. This is a general equation. So in this case the Zk is the kinematic viscosity and it can be obtained from the figure 15.3 in page number 352. For SAE30 oil at a 69 degrees Celsius, this SAE30 in that particular figure is represented as the curve F, and at a 69 degrees Celsius, the Zk is obtained as 28 centistokes. Now we have to find out the specific gravity of the oil, rho T. Rho T is the specific gravity of the oil at a temperature T. So using the equation 15.1F in page number 350, we can find out rho T. The equation is rho T equal to rho 15 minus 0.00063 into T degrees Celsius minus 15. So in this case, rho 15 is the specific gravity of the oil at 15 degrees Celsius. That can be obtained from the table 15.1, page number 363. For the given oil, rho 15 can be obtained as 0.9263. Now T is 69 degrees Celsius and substituting rho 15 and T, we can find out rho T as 0.8923. Now substituting the value of Zk and rho T, we get the value of absolute viscosity Z as 24.98 centipoise and converting it into Newton second per meter squared, we can get 0.02498. This conversion factor can be obtained from the page 352. Now in the next step, we determine the bearing pressure. For the given material combination, that is the journal is hardened steel and bearing is Babbitt material, the term Zn divided by P, in this case note that N is the capital N, that is the speed in RPM, that is also denoted as capital C, that is 2.902. This is obtained from the table 15.6 in page number 365. Here Z is the absolute viscosity which we obtained in the previous step, that is 0.02498 Newton second per meter squared. N is the speed of the rotation in RPM, that is 1200 RPM. Substituting these values and solving for P, we obtain P as 10.33 megapascal. In the next step, we determine the dimensions of the bearing. For that, we assume that the L by D ratio for the bearing is 1, that is L equal to D, that is the length of the bearing is equal to the diameter of the bearing. So the bearing pressure P is W by LD. This is the equation from page number 355 and the equation number is 15.6c. So in this case, P is the bearing pressure, that is 10.33 megapascal or 10.33 Newton per millimeter squared, and W is the load, that is 6 kilonewton or 6000 Newton. So substituting the value of P and W and L equal to D in the relation for bearing pressure, we obtain D as 24.1 or we round it off to 25 millimeter. So the diameter of the bearing as well as the length of the bearing will be 25 millimeters. Now in the next step, we determine the Sommerfeld number. Actually, this is not required as per the scheme of evaluation, but for the completion of the design, we calculate this Sommerfeld number also. In order to calculate the Sommerfeld number, we assume that the bearing has no side leakage. The ratio of bearing radius to radial clearance, that is R by C, is 1000. These are the two assumptions that is required for calculating the Sommerfeld number. The relation for Sommerfeld number S is given as R by C the whole squared multiplied by Zn by P multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6. Again, note in this case also the N is the capital N, that is the speed in RPM. This relation is given as equation 15.6a in page number 354. Here we assumed R by C as 1000 and we obtained Zn by P as 2.902 in one of the previous steps. So substituting the values, we obtain capital S, that is the Sommerfeld number, as 2.902 seconds per minute. Now, in the step 5, we determine the coefficient of friction. The coefficient of friction F is given as Ka Zn by P R by C into 10 raised to minus 10 plus delta F. Note that in this case the N in Zn by P is small letter n, that is the speed in RPS, revolutions per second. And this relation for coefficient of friction is given as equation 15.4b in page number 353. That is, this relation we selected considering the bearing to be well lubricated. In this relation, Ka is 0.195 into 10 raised to 6. This is for full bearing, that is beta equal to 360 degree. Then Zn by P is 2.902 divided by 60. So that is 0.04837. R by C we assumed as 1000. And delta F is 0.002. This value is given below the equation itself. Therefore, the coefficient of friction F is calculated as 2.943 into 10 raised to minus 3. In the next step, we determine the minimum film thickness. This is also not required as per the scheme of evaluation, but for the completeness of the solution, we determine the minimum film thickness also. Now, the minimum film thickness ratio H0 by C can be obtained as 0.64 from the figure 15.9, page number 356. This is corresponding to the Sommerfeld number S equal to 2.902 and beta equal to 360 degree. In this relation, C is the radial clearance that can be obtained from the relation R by C equal to 1000. Therefore, clearance C equal to R by 1000, where R is the radius of the bearing, that is D by 2. So clearance C equal to D by 2 divided by 1000. D is 25 millimeter. So we obtain clearance as 0.0125 millimeter. Substituting the value of clearance, we obtain minimum film thickness H0 as 0.0125 into 0.64, that is 0.008 millimeter. In the next step, we determine the heat generated. The equation for heat generated Hg equal to FWV, that is given as equation 15.11a in page number 360. Here, F is the coefficient of friction, which we obtained as 2.943 into 10 raised to minus 3, and W is the load, that is 6 kilonewton, that is 6 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, and V is the rubbing velocity, that is 5 dN by 1000 meters per second. Here N is in RPS, that is revolutions per second. So we obtain V as 1.574 meters per second. Substituting the values, we obtain the heat generated Hg as 27.8 watts. Now we calculate the heat dissipated. The relation for heat dissipated is given as equation 15.11b in page number 360. The relation is HD equal to KH A dash TB minus TA, where KH is selected as 15.3 joules per second meter squared degree Celsius considering average design conditions. This is given below the equation itself. Then A dash is the exposed area of the bearing housing, that is 20 dl into 10 raised to minus 6 meter squared. So D is the diameter of the bearing, that is 25 millimeter. L is the length of the bearing, that is again 25 millimeter. Therefore, A dash is obtained as 0.0125 meter squared. Now TB minus TA equal to TO minus TA divided by 2. This is also from the data book, page number 361. Here, TO is the operating temperature, that is 69 degrees Celsius. TA is the ambient temperature, that is 30 degrees Celsius. Therefore, TB minus TA is obtained as 19.5 degrees Celsius. Substituting the values, we obtain HD as 3.73 watts. Now, we determine whether cooling is required, and if required, what amount of artificial cooling is required. Artificial cooling is required if the heat generated Hg is greater than the heat dissipated, that is HD. In this case, heat generated Hg is 27.8 watts and heat dissipated HD is 3.73 watts. Therefore, Hg is greater than HD, and the amount of artificial cooling required is Hg minus HD, that is 24.07 watts. Now, to summarize the specifications of the bearing, the absolute viscosity Z is 0.02498 Newton second per meter squared. Bearing pressure P is 10.33 Newton per millimeter squared. Diameter of the bearing D is 25 millimeter. Length of the bearing L is 25 millimeter. Sommerfeld number S is 2.902 seconds per minute. Coefficient of friction F 2.943 into 10 raised to minus 3. Minimum film thickness H0 is 0.008 millimeter. Heat generated Hg is 27.8 watts. Heat dissipated HD is 3.73 watts. Amount of artificial cooling required is 24.07 watts. And that's all. Thank you.